Recording.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our first event for 2023, our jump into January.
I'm so excited to have you all join us today, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you for coming online, and how about a big clap to everyone that came to be with us today. No idea how much more fun it is to present to some people instead of pretending that you're all here. So I really appreciate it, and I really congratulate you for sharing the next 4 hours with us. Many of you might know that we run a program. Thank you to Adam, actually, who started it, and to all of the presidential directors in Nutriomedics, the executive sales directors and the sales directors who have voluntarily or with a little bit of persuasion from me, particularly one sitting in the front row to my left, have shared their stories and have shared their skills and techniques that enabled them to create a $1 million business or more. So that series is called Creating a Bright Future. And so today is not only our Jump into January event, but it's our Creating a Bright Future for January plan and projection too. So welcome along. Your presenters today are the amazing Adam Buechner. My name is Louise Buechner, for anyone that I haven't met before. And we also have our beautiful Nikki Katsoulis, who is our Queensland, I call it state manager. That's what I call when they started 42 years ago. So I love that. And Ashley Khan, who is the most amazing New South Wales ACT state manager. And of course, Nikki looks after not just Queensland, but South Australia and Western Australia. So we have amazing corporate people who bend over backwards to support us. And I feel that part of our company philosophy, or when I first joined, it really was about to help people help other people, and Nutriomedics naturally. So we stand for natural ingredients in our products wherever humanly possible. We stand for beauty without cruelty. We stand for putting people first. We stand for, our philosophy is to help women and men build a business, whether it's a small business, a medium business, a bigger business, whether it is just looking after yourself and a couple of friends, our amazing products. But I actually believe that face-to-face and a story from people who have tried the products is far more powerful than any ad on TV or a thing in a magazine. And I love seeing all the top movie stars, but really, they're not the real human beings that are our life. So I love what the company stands for, and I love the support. And having joined Nutriomedics just over 42 years ago as a young 25-year-old without any kids, full-time job, and being able to build a beauty business where I had no skills, zero skills. This was the girl who went down the creek, caught the tadpoles. This was a girl who had never done a makeup course. This was a girl whose mum used Pond's cold cream, and she used lipstick, and she put the lippy, which I still believe is the best makeup technique, on the cheekbones as well. Okay, that was the extent of mum's makeup skills, and that was the extent of what I learnt in makeup when I joined Nutriomedics. So you don't have to have any experience or training in the beauty business. We can give it to you. And later on, I decided to do my full beauty therapist course. And everyone of the girls at course were coming to me because Nutriomedics had already taught me all those skills as far as doing my facials, doing my makeups, all of the skills that I needed, but the skills on building a small business as well. And that's my vision for you for 2023. If you would like to learn the skills and the techniques, if you come with no experience whatsoever, I promise you, you can grow a multi-million-dollar business if that is your goal. But it's like everything in life that's really worth it. It is not going to happen in a month or two. It is, I think, that you have to serve your apprenticeship. And your apprenticeship is hours and hours and hours and hours of practice and study and training. And if you are taking notes today, I want you to write down practice, 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 study, 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 and train, train, train. I see nutriomedics as the same as football. So you're all footballers, okay? But what does a footballer do to become great at football? How many hours of training do they do? More hours than I've ever done in skincare and makeup, I believe, to be an elite sports person. So you can be an elite beauty consultant. And Adam, how many hours have you probably put into your learning, and what else have you done extra to give you an edge? Because one of the things I would like to encourage people today is to give themselves an edge.
Definitely. Well, I think from the moment that I got started, I remember I came back from the snow, so I was a snowboard instructor before I started with nutriomedics. And
good background. So
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah. No beauty experience, loved beauty. I've been using beauty products, had a problem skin, so was passionate about helping others with their skin and feeling comfortable and confident in their own skin. So I remember just booking in facials straight away. So came in, I did a promo with a local restaurant who my brother's best friend owned.
Yes.
And we had 180 leads from that one.
So you just did a little pamper basket.
Little pamper basket. So I put it out, everyone that came into
Christmas
the cafe.
time,
it was in October.
October.
So everyone that came into the cafe put their details in to go in the draw to win the beautiful pack of products. And then there were runner-up prizes of deluxe facials. So I remember coming back from the snow pretty much straight away, spending 2 8-hour days on the phone to fill my diary with bookings, because one of the things that you told me when I first got started was that I had to get 50 bookings in my diary as soon as possible, because by having 50 bookings in my diary, I'd have a business for life. So there was no 5 bookings in the diary, or it was, Mum said 50.
But you did
so
start
I booked
just
with
a few.
I booked with my family and friends. So I called my friends mostly. So you asked me to get 10 bookings from my friends and then build up my bookings with leads. So have a 2-prong approach from both people that I knew and people that I didn't know, to be able to build my business quite quickly. So my first experience with being trained in a facial was your secretary, Kirsty.
Yes.
About 15 minutes before I went and did my first facial, gave me a crash course on how to do a facial in 5 minutes. So a lot of my training with facial was on the job, really. Like, I learned from the mistakes that I made at the first few facials to, get rid of all the excess water before I put it on their face so it doesn't run down the décolletage, and to make sure that I put something down under a bowl on a nice, beautiful oak table. So I learned all of those quite quickly. And then attending beauty classes. Like, for me, I've been going to beauty classes now for 12 years, most Monday nights whenever I'm in the area or watching online, and
or you run them.
But yeah, attending either running or in the early days, it was always going each week to learn the skills at our beauty classes, and that's really where my base for beauty started. And each week, whether we do makeup or skincare, it was then my mission for that week to go and practice what I learned on as many faces as I could, so that I could become an expert at that treatment or that workshop. And then I remember going along to some of Sonia's trainings as well, the extra trainings. I think I was attending at once, 3 beauty classes a week to really fast track my skills. So basically doing my own beauty college through nutriomedics Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. Then from there, I've done many other courses in both makeup and beauty to upskill. Recently went to Huxley on the Gold Coast, and we did another bridal makeup course to just upskill, and
just a half a day private class.
Yeah, and this year we're really excited because the Buechner Beauty Academy will be going into certification of beauty as well.
Yes.
So that's something to look forward to. It's a little sneak preview, which we'll talk about when we have that organised.
We will.
Which would be great. But I just, everything that I could learn to do, from watching YouTube tutorials to attending extra classes, and there's so many. I was looking at something came up on Instagram today. An amazing makeup artist from Sydney is running virtual masterclasses, and he runs them all around Australia, does one in each state every 6 months. So going along to something like that to be able to up skills on the latest industry trends is a beautiful thing to do. But yeah, anytime I can learn, I love to be able to do that.
Yes. So I want you to think this year of making it an intention to upskill yourself in one area, even if it's as simple as a half-day masterclass with a leading expert in your capital city. Or Michael Huxley's at the Gold Coast, and he did research us to see whether he would take us on, but he just looked at Adam and went, yeah, they're approved. So that was great.
Okay.
I'm positive he did. But there's lots and lots of classes available. And Adam, what was your vision with Nutrimetics when you first started? And what is your vision for 2023? And I'm not really going to use the word goals a lot. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and it's about your intention, because they don't want you to set a goal and fail. They want you to have intentions. They want you to put into your brain what you actually intend for it to happen and concentrate on that. So it's really more affirmations. So what was your intention when you first started? I mean, you came back from the snow as a snowboarding instructor.
Yes.
Why Nutrimetics?
I wanted something where I love the beauty industry for starters. Like, beauty for me and helping other people feel fabulous about themselves was a big tick for me. So I love beauty, I love fashion.
You're very creative.
And yeah, I love to be able to be creative in those areas. And I wanted to earn a full-time income with flexible hours. That's really what I wanted to do, because a lot of my friends were at uni and they were having the uni break off. So I wanted to be able to go to the beach with them and enjoy my summer, but still be able to earn $1,000 a week. That was my baseline from when I first got started with Nutrimetics, was to earn $1,000 per week. So that's what I did quite quickly, by having bookings in the diary and stepping up to manager as soon as I could. So at the time they had a 2-month promotion like they do now, where I could become a manager by doing 2 months of 14,000. So 12 years ago, I had to do 14 and 14. Now it's 10 and 12 to become a manager, which I think is extremely generous to be able to do, and then earn my first trip and a company car as well. So yeah, it was to earn that income, but also earn that not working in a Monday to Friday 9-to-5 job, because that just didn't fit for what I saw my life like at that stage.
I must admit, both of my sons, a bit like, I always loved office work, and I did 9 years as a PA, basically as an admin in the public service. And I do love office work, but I don't think I wanted to do it forever. And both of my sons have chosen careers and jobs where they have a lot of variety and they're not sitting behind a desk. And so Rick is a fireman at Bateman's Bay Fire Station. And of course, Adam specialises in being a makeup artist and director with Nutrimetics. And I think you also saw that it was the family business, because your dad is a presidential director.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm a presidential director. So how many people go into this family business? So I think it was a bit of a natural progression as well. And you saw the lifestyle.
I saw the lifestyle, definitely. I wanted to be able to travel the world, and this was a way for me to be able to do that. I wanted to be able to really develop myself as a person, and I saw the incredible programs and the mentoring and the friendships that you and Dad have both created through your Nutrimetics business. So I wanted that for me too.
How important do you think it is that when you mix with people who are kicking goals, or and I'm using the word, but goal orientated is a good word, a goal orientated, and being able to be ordinary people but traveling overseas and driving nice cars, how important is this to mix with people who are like-minded, in your opinion? And what do you do about that?
I think it's so important to mix with like-minded people. And something I was reading just before Christmas was setting an intention for 2023 to surround yourself with people that are wealthier than you, that are smarter than you, that are fitter than you. So as we've heard before, the people that you surround yourself with is usually who you become or something they're like. So, a mission for me is to continue to push myself outside my comfort zone and to mix with a really high caliber of people, so I can continue to raise my vibration and then in turn be able to influence others to do the same.
And how important do you think that it's your excitement and enthusiasm and commitment that inspires others
Yes.
to follow,
Yeah.
to join Nutrimetics?
I get excited about about everything. I love to be excited, and I think that a lot of that stems from your positivity and growing up in such an optimistic, positive psychology sort of environment as a kid. I just saw how choosing happiness or choosing to smile can make the biggest difference to not only how you feel, but how others around you feel as well. So that's really important to me.
I'd love to share with everything that actually the most important accessory that you wear when you go out is your smile and your attitude. And I want everyone today to stand up straight, to feel beautiful, to feel proud of what you are doing. And I was talking to one of my lovely managers on the way, and I said to her, go back to basics and write a to-do list, because she said, I've got so much going on. And you know what? We've all got so much going on. So it's about putting it on the to-do list. And I am always amazed how much at the end of the week I've actually achieved. But if you ask me at the end of the day, I'm so disappointed at the end of the day of how much I've achieved. But you go back and you look at your intentions after a month, and you are closer to them if you've written them down and you've worked on them each day than if you just wander around aimlessly. Yes. Like, which story is it? The Wizard of Oz, where they just go around. Alice in Wonderland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Where she says, which path should I take? And he says, well, it depends where you want to go to.
And it's interesting, Beck actually sent me something today, which I'd love to read. Because
that would be great.
Mum sent out Planning Your Happy 2023.
Yes, and one of our guest presenters at our conference. And if you haven't booked for conference,
yay,
you've got just a few more days, and do it for yourself. Nutrimetics invest approximately $1,200 per person for you to be at that conference. We're talking 2 days of 5-star lunches, afternoon teas or morning teas, or last year they did both, so they obviously felt we needed feeding. And you get more free products given to you by the end of the conference than you paid for the ticket to go.
Yeah.
So even if I've got a few friends and I want them just to do it for themselves. They're not interested in building a Nutrimetics career. But part of my whole mission in life is to expand your horizons. It gets your brain working. One of the most important things to do is to keep active with your brain and keep learning. And the average person, when they leave school, stops learning. And lots of companies don't support going on that learning journey. They're getting better at it now. But Nutrimetics has always been good at it. And so Lisa McInnes-Smith was our outside speaker, and we've got a great outside speaker, and Adam and I have been listening to her podcast. Oh my goodness, blows me away. But Lisa McInnes-Smith, she's been one of my mentors through her books since very early days of Nutrimetics. And so she sends out messages. So that's
definitely.
This is in line with that.
So Beck said that she was reading yesterday a book about having financial freedom in generosity, and they made this statement. When you don't have a plan in place for your future, you end up afraid of what the future might hold, whether you will have enough or whether you are able to be or do the things that you want to do. A clear plan is the best antidote to your fear. So I thought that was really fabulous and really inspirational. And
I do too, because I do think fear stops so many people.
Yes. And it's fear of the unknown. When it's, when the booking's in the calendar, there's still fear, but it's going ahead. Right? I find so quite often the fear can be the inaction.
It can.
Yeah.
And it can be fear that you've got too much going on too.
Yeah.
So we have to cope with all of that at the same time. Yeah. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Excellent. I might go a little bit. We have got a goal setting handout, but I'm going to get you to cross out the word goal and do intention. So let's do your 2023 vision. Thank you. And did we have an extra goal thing, or is this it?
That was it.
That was it. I think I decided not to do the gold thing. That's right, because these were Lisa McInnes-Smith's plan for a happy 2023 in small steps. Who likes that line?
Yeah.
Plan for it in small steps. Now is the best time to consider your goals. Cross that out for me and write intentions for the coming year. Whilst there is no pressure, let your mind dream a little about what you would love to see grow or change over the next year. Now, driving home from the city, I dropped Adam in the city last night and drove out to Colby, which is a suburb I hadn't heard of till I went to my friend Janet's at the back of Blacktown. Beautiful friend of mine through Nutrimetrics for 42 years. She's one of my first 6 consultants. How nice is it when they become your very best friends, let you come and stay at their place whenever you come to Sydney, cooking me. She's her partner is Greg, Harry. I just went recently to his 50th birthday. They're cooking me the most amazing Greek dinner tonight, invited 2 of my other best friends over. We all went to Bali together in July because I just had to go overseas. So I asked Adam to come, and then Janet and Kerry said, we're coming up to the Sunshine Coast. We need a holiday. I said, when are you coming? She said, July. I said, well, you can't come from the 18th of July for a week. Adam and I are going to Bali. I had to go somewhere. So we got a great deal to go to Bali. Said, okay, I'll talk to Kerry and plan when we're coming up. 10 minutes later, she said, I've talked to Kerry. We're crashing your holiday in Bali. Send us the details. So they flew over to Bali from Sydney. We flew from Brisbane, and we had the best time. Now, that's good friends. And I met both of those girls were managers in my team. And they're not anymore, but we've got a friendship that stands the test of time, obviously. So I was listening to some podcasts on the way from dropping Adam at the city, and it is the best speeches of all time, it is. So I'm listening to, I don't even know him very well, Kanye West. How do I say it, Adam? How do I say his name?
West.
Kanye West. All right. So you've got to listen to him. He's totally over the top, totally outrageous, totally off the planet. But my goodness, the vibe and the energy, and it's about giving 100%, 120% to everything you do. And he said, and then you give 120% for that year, and then you give 140% the next year. He said, and you live it and you eat it and you breathe it until you achieve it. And it just depends if you've got the fire in the belly and you want it enough. Okay. And I just think that when you plan, you'll achieve more. So I've had a goal for so long, for probably 20 years, to become a presidential ambassador. So that's the top level in Nutrimetrics. Have I achieved my goal yet? No, I haven't. Am I even near the goal? No, I'm not. But I can afford to go to Bali when I want a holiday. I was taken to Croatia and India and Canada and Whistler and Vancouver, and did the Alaskan cruise, and all around the world, to Greece, to Italy, to London, to the QE2 trip on the ocean with Bill and Imelda Roach, and 26 of the best people in Nutrimetrics. You know, if you don't achieve everything you set your mind to, don't feel like a failure. Think of the things that and have a book where you write down your successes and be happy with what you've got, and then reset. I love the analogy, and I listened to an amazing guy, and he talked about landing a man on the moon. And he said, so, okay, here's our planet, here's the moon. Guess how often they were on target to land on the moon during that trip. Has anyone ever heard that story? Mm. Sonia has. How often were they, Sonia? Do you remember? 3%. 97% of the time they were off target to land on the moon. I mean, Who would even attempt that? It blows my mind. So there's a saying called adjust and correct, adjust and correct. So I draw myself a little line. Here I am now. Here's where I want to be. And I've got to adjust and correct all the time. Sometimes I'm on target and many times I'm off target. But what are you doing to get yourself back on target each day or each week or each minute? Okay. And in here, and I have sent this out to lots of you, that if you don't get Lisa McInnes-Smith, you can join her little email thing anytime you want. And she doesn't send too many. I probably get one a month, and I always read them. And she has a book that I read years ago called How to Market, Motivate and Manage Yourself. And it was written with 2 other authors. And I believe that book should be in every Nutrimetrics kit that is sent out, because that teaches you how to do marketing. And I believe the best form of marketing is direct marketing, person to person. You have such a great influence. Who's ever influenced someone to go to the same restaurant that they went to? Who's ever influenced someone to watch the movie? Adam's influence, will you remind me of that movie I have to watch, Adam? Bohemian Rhapsody, is it?
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh dear.
I am not privileged, am I?
You'll love it.
I love it. Good. All right. So it's got to go on my to-do list.
Yes.
Not for this week.
Probably on a plane though, when you're going somewhere.
No, I got every Prime Video,
I know, but-
streaming,
Yeah,
whatever there is. No, I haven't.
Oh, you're right. Is that something
That's
that's
Netflix, is it on Netflix yet?
No.
Can I find it there? Yeah, it'll come. I would rather watch it in my own lounge room on my own big screen with my TV, my kettle, my bickies, my cheese and biscuits,
You'll love it then.
my sparkling water and my toilet breaks, because I can pause for when I want to pause. Okay. All right. So watch a recent video. Helpful goal setting questions. These are good questions to ask yourself. So this is what we're going to do for your vision for 2023. What matters to you in life? What matters to you in life? And for many of us, we're going to put family. Family certainly is my top priority in life. However, with family, if you want to enjoy the benefits of helping or being with your family, then sometimes you need income or you need health and you need fitness. So it really encompasses to me that there's more than what matters to you in life is perhaps family, because maybe it also matters that you do your exercise, that you go to, Adam's booked me in for Pilates classes.
Starting on Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, hope I get up in time. So better be a priority of mine. And I am keen to go, but it's easier for me to go if I'm going with someone. So maybe that's what you have to plan. You find a buddy. All right. What matters in your life, what matters to me is that I am challenged and that I have something to look forward to. And I think that's why so many people plan a holiday, because it gets you through the bumps of life to plan a holiday and have something to look forward to. Now, sometimes that holiday can be amazing and sometimes it can be more of a challenge than trying to just do your normal life, as Adam could tell you on his last overseas trip. First trip, just him and his dad. I mean, the bumps in that trip were huge. But fortunately, the bumps in our trip for Fiji, for Bali, we didn't have any bumps. It was amazing. Okay. And I'll have to tell you another story. It's all about stories. And that is, we were at Danny's wedding, one of his best friends, and she calls me mum as well. She loves me. Half of Adam's friends, they come to stay for a night and stay for a month. But anyway, she's saying, oh yeah, James Ray and I, we're going to Bali for their honeymoon. So they left yesterday. And Adam said, oh, you got all your vaccinations, got everything in place? And James Ray said, no, none of that. So he had 24 hours to get himself organised to get on that plane. So fortunately, you've got to have a lot of friends who keep you on track and tell you what you're supposed to do. What are you hoping for in the coming years? Now, I think that this needs to be a big part of your vision and your plan. What are you hoping for in the coming years? So you're hoping for, sometimes I think I'm hoping for my life to be easier, but you know what? That's a bit boring. What I'm hoping for is to have enough financial independence to be able to make choices of what I want to do. And if you ask me my one major mission statement as part of Nutriomedics, it is to help other women and men become financially independent. And why is that important? Can you help me with answering that question? Why is financial independence important as you go along in life? Natalie, I'm going to ask the accountant at the back of the room.
I mean, you have freedom to do what you want to do.
You have freedom to do what you want to do.
You know, and choose things for yourself.
Choose things for yourself. What sort of things, Natalie? What do you choose as part of your journey on financial independence for you and Herb?
I mean, we just chose to do a renovation, to invest the money in doing some renovations in our house.
Yeah.
We
How did that make you feel?
Well, it was happening, not so excited, but afterwards it was amazing.
So it was the pain that you had to go through to get the amazing outcome, wasn't it?
Yes, that's true.
Mm.
And you know, we choose to take holidays and do fun things like that.
Yeah. Where have you been on holidays that you're financed through your Nutriomedics and your other part-time job and Herb's job with the taxation department, and at the same time having a 1-year-old? What travel have you been able to do in the last 4 years?
With probably pre-COVID.
Yeah,
we
pre-COVID.
actually had a fantastic trip planned for the year that COVID came, which was we were going to go to Uganda with a friend of mine, and then I was going to go to Croatia to a dance party, and then we were going to meet some other people somewhere else in Europe and come home. So it was sounded like a great trip.
It was.
It didn't happen.
No.
But, and now we're staying close to home, so we're going up to Queensland, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, it will
Just
be.
for that's more a choice because of the ease of being able to drive without a girl.
That's
And
right.
not wanting to go on airplanes and
Yep.
not with her. So
Yep.
but we always like to make sure we've got something to look forward to.
Yes. And you've done a lot of traveling in your young life. You've backpacked around South America, you've traveled to Africa, you've gone to some amazing destinations. And do you feel that your Nutriomedics career and business has afforded you the lifestyle and the income to be able to do that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when Adam was talking before, it's the same story for me. I finished uni and I really wanted to have flexibility and work my own hours and be able to take long trips and do fun things and not just be sitting at a desk.
You did 3 months of accountancy.
I did.
And then you resigned.
I did. Yes. I mean, I definitely was wanting to be able to do the trips and do the fun stuff without being like really limited with the time that I could take. And the good thing with Nutriomedics is whenever I would be going overseas, I would always just book a few more dates in before I went and book a few more when I got back so that I could still, achieve
Just
the
make
results
up.
that I wanted.
Make it up.
So,
Well done, Natalie.
yeah, so
Excellent.
it's
Very
great.
good.
Yeah.
And how good is it having a BMW that you can drive and have Michaela in and feel safe?
Oh, like we love that car so much. And it's beautiful. Anyone who gets in it always checks it out.
I think your Nutriomedics car is a trophy on wheels, everyone. So if you want like a permanent trophy that you see all the time, get yourself a company car or get cash for car and get the trophy on wheels you want. Okay, that fits your lifestyle. What do you not want in your life?
Drama.
Yeah, well, everything I read about that says that that is unrealistic and that's going to be part of life. That just comes. So I think that what we really need are new coping skills to cope with drama. Does that make sense to everyone? Because I don't think it's about what life throws at you. I think it's about how you react to what life throws at you. And many of you know my story, perhaps some of you don't, but I was brought up in Housing Commission, public housing, whatever you want to call it. I went to Miller Primary School in Green Valley and Miller High School. I think that you should all go through a little drive through Green Valley and Miller and have a look there. It is very different to how it was when I grew up. But I did, I was going to Caroline Adjes. Hi, Caroline, my beautiful manager who lives out at Cranebrook, to her 60th birthday party. And I was staying, I think at Janet's again. That was just in December. Her birthday was the 4th of December. And I drove through Mount Druitt on the way there. And I just looked around and went, how far have I come in life? Like, go for a drive there. If you ever think you're doing it tough, go and drive through some of those places. You have no idea what tough is. I live in such a beautiful home. Mum and Dad never owned a home. They rented until Mum was 55. And then they bought their first block of land and built a house. Fortunately, Michael was working at Commonwealth Bank, Adam's dad, and we went to John, the loans officer, and Mum said, would you come with me? And they had to do it on Mum's income because Dad's career was mostly at the bowling club, drinking, smoking, gambling, that's how it was. And so I went with Mum, and John said when he's filling in the loan application, how old are you, Bernie? And she said, I'm 55. He said, you just look 45. So we wrote down 45 on the application because he knew that that's what it would take for her to get the loan. And they got their loan and built a house on it. And Mum has 300-degree views of Geroa Beach, 7 Mile Beach.
Perfect.
She lives in this multi-million-dollar street with Guy Sebastian down the street and Professor Turtle across the road. And my brother had to have an operation and he wasn't getting in. And Mum and Alan went to saw Professor Turtle, and the next minute they got the top professor in Sydney operating on my brother, and life changed dramatically for my mum, and life dramatically changed for me when I left home and started to earn money. And I made a decision as a 13-year-old girl that when I saw Mum go back to work, our whole lifestyle was able to change. We were able to have some new clothes. We were able to get my first push bike was in my teens when Mum went back to work. And I made a decision at 13 years old, I was always going to work. Always. I was not going to live in poverty. I was not going to be poor. And I was going to do and be the most that I could be. And we have that opportunity living in Australia. And another podcast that I've been listening to said, and he's talking about America. It's one of those other famous people that flies first class everywhere and is living the dream. But you know what? They all have one thing in common. They worked hard and they weren't afraid of work. And that's how I built this business. So you've got to want it. You've got to be prepared to do more than the average person does. Mum saw me do one of my first nutriomedics workshops. She said, Louise, I've never seen your knees shake so much in my life. Okay, my knees were shaking. I was right out of my comfort zone. You have to go out of your comfort zone if you want to earn some extra money, or if you're not doing nutriomedics to earn extra money, just to live life to the fullest. Do something that you haven't done before. Say yes to an invitation that you normally wouldn't say yes to. Go and switch it up a bit, challenge yourself. And so what do you not want to do in your life? So often that will motivate you more. So I don't want to be poor. Does that make sense? I don't want to live the same life that mum lived, right? And through doing nutriomedics, I've been able to help my brothers and my sister as well, you know, to get on track with their lives. So who else can you help? What do you aspire to? I aspire to be the very best that I can. I aspire to be at the top of my game. And I aspire to earn my trip overseas, to travel whenever I can, to drive my beautiful company car, to help as many other people as I can, and to share what I've learned with others, and to be a teacher. Okay, what are 3 small changes you would like to make immediately? 3 small changes. Maybe go and do a makeup course. Go and have a facial. Best way to learn how to give a facial is to go and have 1, 2, 3, have a facial. Every 2 months I have a facial. Mainly because it hardly costs any more to have the facial by the time you have the eyebrow tint, the eyebrow wax, the eyelash tint, the wax, all the things that you need. So you just add on the facial because it's better price. I'm such a bargain shopper. One of the trainers once said to me, Louise, do you know why you're so good at nutriomedics? I said, no. She said, because you like to go shopping, so you like helping everyone else go shopping. And she's right. I do like helping other people shop. And I do like going shopping, but you've got to have a business plan for your finances as well. You can't just go crazy, right? What will happen if you set no goals for the coming year? You have no goals. What's going to happen?
Whatever happens.
Whatever happens. I doubt that you will be in a better position. You might be in the same position. You might be in a worse position. You might be in a better position, but you've done nothing to control the direction of your life. Okay? Do you really want your children wandering aimlessly around? Because they look at you more than you realise. If you have direction, they'll find direction. Do you all realise that we are the biggest role model for our kids? I think in the teenage years, their peer group is the biggest role model for them, which can be great or can be a big worry. But earlier on, we are the biggest. And then once they hit maturity, which I was talking to Imelda Roach on Friday, and she said it's 30 years old for men and 27 for women. Okay? So it's best not to talk to your kids between 13 and 26. Then all of a sudden, they realise how much their parents have learnt. And what do you need to stop doing in 23? I think the major thing is, did you say procrastination? That is the major, major problem of the world. People won't make a damn decision. Make a decision, even if it's the wrong decision. At least you made a decision, and then you learn to reset, adjust and correct, adjust and correct, adjust and correct. Intentionally go on a journey to improve your future by ceasing activities or fruitless pursuits that sabotage your well-being and aspirations, and start measuring your progress. And one of these American famous guys, he said, stop sleeping all the time. Stop watching Netflix all the time. Stop going out with useless people. Stop partying all the time. He said, you want to make something of your life? It's what you don't do and you do instead that will make the difference. So that's my vision for you and my vision for me for 2023. I would love to welcome Adam Buechner, and Adam is going to do income and rewards. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Mum. I've got a little handout that I'll get you to help with as well. Thank you, Mum. Thanks, Mum.
Oh, we got Sonia.
Beautiful. So I'm here to talk you through the income and the rewards with nutriomedics, because when you first get started, there are so many incredible freebies that you can achieve. And this is really great to, again, familiarize ourselves with, because the program has changed. So it changed on the 1st of November and is currently running. So I wanted to talk you through the, I guess, induction process when someone first gets started as a Nutrimetics VIP member, and then what the opportunities are in terms of products and cash to be able to earn. So this is a really fabulous slide. I have one on the wall in my office at all times, so I know what program I'm working with. And for the month of January, there are 2 ways that you can join Nutrimetics. So everyone can join Nutrimetics for $0, which is fabulous. I absolutely love the $0 joining kit. And one of the lines that I used, thank you to Hillary when this first came out, was, can I add you to my VIP email list? And if they say yes, then I say fabulous. I grab their details and I personally will then sponsor them as a new VIP consultant. Because I think it's in everyone's best interest to have their own Nutrimetics account. And I personally find that they'll spend more money, they'll achieve more rewards, they'll be more loyal to the brand and to me by having their own Nutrimetics VIP account. But then in turn, it's my job to find new customers all the time as well. So talk to your upline manager about what the best version of that is for you and where you're at in your business. So you can join for $0 or you can join for $20. And for $20, you receive the Nutri-Rich oil. You also receive some sample sachets and of course, your own account with Nutrimetics. So I love the alternate choice close. So at the moment, I'm saying to everyone, you can, become a Nutrimetics VIP member for $0, or you can upgrade, and for $20, you'll receive A, B, and C, your Nutri-Rich oil, your sample sachets, and of course, your VIP account. So it gives people a choice. So I really love that wording. So when you join Nutrimetics in your first full calendar month, so for anyone that joins in the month of January, you have till the end of February to achieve all of your rewards that are in front of you. Now, these are valued at over $1,600 worth of freebies, which is super exciting. So the first one, we have a 110 order. So 110 recommended retail price is $100 BV. BV is the amount less GST, and it stands for bonus value. So I always like to, and Mum always taught me this, to repeat kind of the retail price and then the BV price. So we really cement that. You receive, of course, the microdermabrasion kit and the Irina Wonder Oil. So valued at over $100 for those 2 products for placing a 110 order. I mean, that is so fabulous. And I believe everyone can earn that reward that joins Nutrimetics. Then we have reward 2, our home and body essentials. And Nutrimetics mixed this up a little bit with this new program to really give people that are joining the opportunity to try a range of our products. Because many people that join Nutrimetics will already purchase a skincare range with their first purchase because we sell more skincare than anything else. So it's great to introduce them to some of our other best-selling body and home care products. So the lip treatment, the calming pillow spray, which I'm absolutely loving. I use that every night. The hand cream, of course, our famous body satin, the best body wash in the world, in my opinion. That foaming body wash is incredible. I keep giving that to everyone as presents for like Christmas or birthdays, which is really random, but they're obsessed with it. And it lasts so long as well. And then the OLC pump. So beautiful collection of products there for a $300 RRP order. So that is, of course, $272.73 BV. Then we have Transform Your Skin with our Travel Platinum set. Now, these are really quite generous sizes in here as well. So your DNA cream there is 25 mils. So it's not just a sample sachet size or a mini. I like to call it like it's a good month-long holiday at least with this travel collection. So, of course, you have your Type Firm and Feel Travel, your DNA, the cleanser, the travel bag, and, of course, your AHA as well in that set, plus the mask. So beautiful set there as well with $550 worth of orders, which is $500 BV. And then the $1,000 level, and I mean, why not go for the 1,000? So 1,100 in sales, which is $1,000 BV. You receive the beautiful brush collection set with your 8 brushes, 2 of the mineral powders, the primer, setting spray, our most popular and favored 4-in-1 mascara, and then the complete lipstick set with 10 lipsticks in there. I mean, that's incredible to be able to have all of those. So there's a few different ways that I recommend to new VIPs to be able to achieve this. Firstly, many people join Nutrimetics to be able to go shopping for themselves. So that's a fabulous way to be able to do it. Show the brochure around to family and friends, or book a few girlfriends in to come to their place and I'll run a workshop. Now, we can do this in person, or we can actually do this online as well. You could Zoom into a workshop or FaceTime into a workshop for half an hour. I know Liz and I do that with many of our starter workshops. Just jump online, go in, do the consultations with the girls, talk about some products and be able to help your new VIP achieve their rewards. So I just think it's fabulous to let everyone know what's available to them when they join as a VIP member with Nutrimedics. And then we have the Refer Others program. So benefit to the new VIP, 5 more incredible full-size products that they can receive for free from our Instant Radiance Beauty Balm, which was originally created as a product for air hostesses to be able to use. So be able to use as a beautiful hydrating product on top of makeup to be able to bring your makeup back to life and hydrate your skin, particularly if you work in air conditioning or in an office as well. You can also use it as a primer or a mask. So that's stunning. The clay mask, the products that Liz tested, joined for a few years ago now and built her business all because of this beautiful clay mask. So an incredible treatment. I use it as a spot treatment as well with particular blemishes, but it's not a drying clay mask. So it really is suitable for many skin types. My favorite hydration products, our moisturizing system, 5% hyaluronic acid, such a lightweight formula, perfect for summer. SPF 50 as well, that has UVA and UVB protection, pollution protection. Again, a really lightweight formula, which is unusual for an SPF 50 day lotion. During many of my makeup master classes, which I'll chat to you more about today, I've had the girls that come along try this product and say, oh my gosh, I buy, the top Mecca brands, SPF 50 and they don't feel as light as this. So it's a real testament to that product. It really is incredible. And then of course the vitamin B serum booster with 10% vitamin B. You'll look on the market and quite a few of the top brands, but serums up to over $100 have 5% active in there, and we have 10%. So it's a real game changer in that product. Only 3 drops. I learned that the first time because it's very active, which is nice. So for a new VIP member, I mean, it's so easy. This month, my gosh, 5 people, $0 to refer, place your orders, and you'll receive those 5 products for free. That's a little bit mind-blowing. I'm just going to repeat that again. So you join, you have 5 people join for free, then you place an order and you receive your referral gifts. I mean, that's incredible. I'm excited. I'm going to work on that tonight. So love that program. And if you're wanting to build a business, so for yourself or for the new person wanting to build a business, this is the fastest way to be able to build a business. I know Liz became a manager quite quickly with Nutrimedics and then leveled up to sales director as well. And Liz's process for doing that was through sponsoring and those people sponsoring their 5 and those people sponsoring their 5. So if we have one person joins, they sponsor 5, then those 5 people sponsor their 5, that's 25 people in the team. If those 25 people sponsor their 5, that's 125 people in your team. You're on your way to manager there quite quickly. And that can happen as fast as you want it to. So absolutely love this program. Would love you to fall in love with it as well. Have this somewhere that you can see. So every time you bring someone into the business, your process is to work with them to achieve whatever they'd like to from this program. And you can ask them, what on this program or what in terms of these beautiful rewards interests you the most? They might say, I like the look of all of it. You say, great, let's work on that together. Something that was taught to me by a mentor that I did some coaching with, Sandy McDonald, many years ago, was to really have a map set out of how many people I wanted to sponsor each month. And then she would ask me at every appointment that we had, and what did I do with them? Who did I sponsor and what did I do with them? So I would love you to have, find a piece of paper here. Think about how many people you would like to sponsor or refer into Nutrimedics this month, remembering that it's $0 to join, so there's really no barriers, and write a little list. So the minimum requirement for me when I was doing appointments with Sandy was 20, and I still really live by sponsoring my 20 per month. So I would write down on a piece of paper at the start of my diary each month, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way down to 20. And then it was my job to fill those 20 names by the end of the month. And if it was the last day and I was only up to 10 or 12, I had some work to do because I couldn't go back to the next coaching appointment until I'd sponsored my 20 for the month. So have a think. It might be 5 for you. You might like to just have 1 to 5. So I'd love to encourage you to write that little list now. There doesn't have to be any names there. How many would you like to join in the month of January? So have your little list. Might be 1. But at 5 is a great start. And I think that really helps create a clear vision and a clear intention of what you want to achieve for the month as well by having that list there. And then every time someone joins your team as a VIP member, you can pop their name in. Okay, so the next thing I'd love to talk about, because of course there's the amazing rewards, but isn't the income fabulous as well that we can earn along the way? Like, I think that's such a benefit of getting started with Nutrimetics. And many of my friends that join Nutrimetics love to be able to cover the expense of their skincare and their makeup each month by selling their $500 BV. So I'll talk you through the process. So by selling $55, which is $50 BV in the month, you receive your 20% discount, which is super exciting. So that's when looking at, and you have people in your team perhaps that place orders. So just checking they're over that $50 BV is really important, and to let them know that that's where their discount kicks in. Then we have the next level, of course, which is 25%. So that's $550 in orders or $500 BV. You're on 25%. So you can choose to have that 25% paid to you or accumulated 2 ways. When you first join Nutrimetics, you receive 20% off less the GST at the time of purchase, or you can actually hold that first 20% and receive the whole discount at the end of the month. Okay, so generally when you join, the default is to receive 20% off less GST from your orders. But if someone's wanting to make money from Nutrimetics, you might want to hold that first 20% to get paid your whole amount at the end of the month. So chat to your upline manager about that. And then the additional 5% in this instance, if you receive your 20% off less GST at the time of placing the order, is paid to you on the 7th, overnight on the 7th of the following month. So it's important also to set up your bank account details with Nutrimetics to be able to fill out a form. It's called an EFT form. Send in a copy of your bank statement to confirm that Nutrimetics is paying the right person, so the right BSB and account number, so that you can have your commissions, if you choose to, paid into your bank account. Or you might like to, if you're a home shopper or you're buying products for yourself, family and friends, keep that additional income on your account as a credit to be able to use that to purchase products. Then we have the $1,100 level. So that's $1,000 BV, that's 30%. So that's $300 extra. What would an extra $300 a month mean to you or mean to someone that you bring into the business? I mean, that could pay for their skincare and that makeup, that could pay for their hair, their nails, taking the kids away for a night. I had one of my beautiful friends, Danny, who was married during the week. Her older sister was telling me that she had to work during the school holidays, so she booked a hotel for her and her 5-year-old daughter. So they stayed at the Shangri-La in the city for a night, and they ordered room service, and they put on face masks, and they had a bath. And that was her beautiful one-night escape. And she asked her daughter, Finlay, what the most memorable part of the school holidays or of the last month was. And she said that night away with mummy at the Shangri-La. What a beautiful thing to be able to do, something that's really special. $2,200, which is $2,000 BV. So you're earning $700 from that. So that's $700 a month. Accumulate that over 10 months. That's $7,000. I mean, that could be a trip away, that could be a new car, that could be so much for you and or your family. Then $3,000 BV, which is $3,300 recommended retail price, earning $1,200 per week. And this is where I look at the really great part-time income with Nutrimetics starts, $1,200 a month, which is $300 a week. So this is where I feel the really great part-time sort of income with Nutrimetics comes in. By doing 1 to 2 get-togethers per week, they can either be in person or online. You can be earning an extra $300 per week. Who would love an extra $300 per week? Anyone like that? Yeah, amazing. And then we have my favorite, of course, which is the $4,000 BV. So that's the top commission level with Nutrimetics for the month. So that's $4,400 recommended retail price. And you're earning $1,800 per month from that level. So from the moment I started with Nutrimetics, that was really my goal, to be able to achieve the income that I wanted to from my Nutrimetics business. And it doesn't stop there. You can continue to sell 5 or 6. I know quite often Liz will sell between $6,000 to $10,000 per month from her Nutrimetics business by going out and doing workshops and master classes. So have a little think about what amount would interest you. How much would you like to earn per month from Nutrimetics? What would make a difference to your life? So I know that's something I did yesterday, was sit down and write down what I wanted my income to be for each month of the year. So have a little think about what you'd like to earn for the month of January, or what you'd like to build up to over the next few months with Nutrimetics. And if you're watching online, we'd love you to write in the chat as well. So anytime you want to comment, please pop in the chat box so we can see what you're saying. I really love, one of the things that I love most about Nutrimetics in terms of the income side is that I can determine my income. So I can really set out what I want to earn for the month. And in the month of December, I was having a little look at my income. So Dad and I had the opportunity to travel to Peru in the month of December, which was really beautiful. I was moving house. We were setting Mum's house up for an Airbnb. So I believe that I worked 10 days in the month of December in my Nutrimetics business, and my income from December was just over $10,000, which was very exciting to be able to build a residual income in a few years to that amount. So it's awesome to be able to set up our month and work out what income we want from our business. Then we have some additional incomes that you can earn from Nutrimetics. So we have, as you step up every level with Nutrimetics, you're able to earn additional income. So the first income generating level up is group leader. So I'd love you to write GL or group leader, because it's great to be able to really cement this as well in your mind. So with a group leader, what are the group sales that you and your team has to do to elevate to group leader? $3,500. That's $3,500 in group sales with a minimum of $500 BV in personal sales from you. Then you receive a 3% bonus. So you start to level up your income, which is really exciting. So that's an extra over $100 that you receive for elevating to group leader every time that your team does that each month. You also receive a beautiful bag. So it's the stunning bag that we have here. For you to be able to put all of your makeup in as well. And you get recognition on our website and our Facebook group as well. So you also have the opportunity, which is super exciting, to come along to our awards night dinner at our conference in February. So absolutely love that for all of the group leaders and above. And can you step up? You can step up this month and come to that dinner as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not only going to get your makeup case, but you'll get paid for your extra 3% straight away.
Definitely. So you'll receive that the month that you level up to group leader. Beautiful. Then we have senior group leader. So senior group leader is $6,000 in group sales. So great to write down as well, because if you are wanting to level up your income, level up your career with Nutrimetics, this gives you the perfect stepping stones to be able to do that. So senior group leader is $6,000 in group sales, $500 minimum. And you're earning an extra 4%. So 4% on 6,000 is $240 minimum. So I like to look at a part-time income with Nutrimetics as a senior group leader. Say you were doing your 2 workshops per week, you're earning then $1,800 on your personal sales, plus $240 on your team. So you're earning $2,040 for going out 2 times a week, doing some workshops, doing some facials, and helping the people that you've joined achieve some of their freebies as well, talking them through the program and working with your upline manager to do that. Then you receive a beautiful Michael Kors watch in your choice of rose gold or silver as well. So love the extra benefits along the way. Do we have any Michael Kors watches handy? Not today. Yes, we do. Fabulous and beautiful. Just wave it around. And then we have executive. Yeah, for sure. And then we have executive sales leader. So executive sales leader is with $10,000 in group sales, and you receive a 6% bonus then on your team. So that's $600 extra per month. on top of perhaps your $1,200 if you're selling your $3,000, or your $1,800 if you're selling $4,000 a month. And you receive, of course, the iPad. So iPad to be able to manage your business, help people place orders online, sell it, give it away to the family, do whatever you want to do with your iPad. You know, we've had many iPads come through the family as gifts over the years, and we've kept some and sold some and gifted some. It's a fabulous tool for your business to be able to use as well. And then we have a 2-month program to become a manager. So by completing your $10,000 and becoming an executive sales leader, that can actually be your first month to completing your management run with Nutrimetics. And then month 2 is $12,000 in sales. So $10,000 in sales for the first month, $12,000 in sales for the second month. Now, I always like to break things down to workshops. And our average with Nutrimetics is over $500 BB per workshop, but let's just work on the $500 BB. So to become an extra group leader, it's 7 workshops throughout the month in the team. So you could be doing 1 a week, and you could help 3 people achieve some of their rewards by doing a workshop. For senior group leader, $6,000, break that down by $500 increments. So that's 12 workshops from you and your team throughout the month. So that could be 2 a week from you, and you could have 1 person in your team doing 1 per week. Then we have executive sales leader. So $10,000 in group sales, that's 20 workshops. So that could be you doing 2 per week. You could have 1 other person in the team do 2 per week, and 1 other person in the team do 1 per week. So $10,000 seems like quite a lot, but when you break it down in workshops, it's really achievable. And then, of course, into the management program, look, I would recommend the 20 workshops per month. I know most of the girls and guys that have become managers in my team over the years have had less than 20 workshops in the team in a month. So I think 20 is a fabulous plan if you're wanting to step up to management level, to book 20 workshops into the business if you're working your business through workshops. The beauty about our business is that you can do it through just online social selling. You can do it through workshops in person or online. There's through fundraising, there's so many beautiful things that we can do to build our business. And then it continues to step up from there. So when you become an executive sales manager with Nutrimetics, you receive an amazing diamond ring. So I've got a little diamond ring here that you receive for that. You also then have the opportunity to go into the company car program, where you receive a Hyundai i30 with rego and insurance paid for, which is super exciting. We have the opportunity this year to go to Bali. So in March, just fully achieved for myself and a partner for the Bali trip, which is exciting. And then we also have a trip in September. We are going to Madrid as well in Spain. So to be able to achieve international trips every year. I've been on 12 trips courtesy of Nutrimetics in the past 12 years, which has just been absolutely mind-blowing to be able to see so many beautiful parts of the world and to be able to travel with all of our Nutra friends as well. So it's super special. And then it continues from there to, earning an executive income of over $60,000 per year. I know my income with Nutrimetics for the last 2 years was over $200,000 both years. So to be able to earn that a few years in, like I built a business with Nutrimetics, and then I went off, and then I came back, and started my business again for just over 4 years ago now. And to be able to build up to that sort of income in a few years is, I don't know too many other careers that you're able to do that in. So if an executive income, luxury cars, international travel, exceptional rewards, and to continue to build your leadership skills and your personal development skills is something that you want, then you've got the right people in the room here today with our amazing managers and directors to be able to guide you to do that as well. So that's a little bit about the income and rewards with Nutrimetics, and Mum has gone missing, but that's okay. Our next thing that we're going to get into is our prospect list and time finder. So something that I like to do at the start of each year, and I'll just get you to take one and pass it backwards for me if that's okay. Thank you so much. Is to work out and navigate your time with your Nutrimetics business and with your life. So we've got a little time finding document here. So this is really great for you to just map out scribble all over this, make some mistakes, because this isn't going to be your final copy. This is just your draft that you can have for what your week will look like for the year of 2023, or you might like to just start with the month. I personally work in quarters, so I will map out my diary. My diary is already mapped out from the start of January to the end of March, and then I'll work out towards the end of January, I'll work out my April continuing onwards sort of plan. So have a little look in here. I'd love you to get and put a big cross anywhere that you believe that you're busy throughout the week outside of your Nutrimetics business. So you might work another job from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So AM and PM Monday to Friday, you might like to put a big cross there. You might go to church on Sunday mornings, or you might have Pilates on Thursday nights, might take the kids to swimming on a Tuesday morning. Just go through and put a big cross for any of your weekly commitments that are unrelated to Nutrimetics. Because the fabulous thing about Nutrimetics is we can really work our business around our schedule and our life. No week ago? Well, the world's your oyster. How exciting. And then I would love you to put in a W anywhere that you think you could do a workshop, a treatment, a facial, a get-together, a Zoom during the week. Just pop a W anywhere that you think you could do a workshop throughout the week. So you might like to you might have space to do 2 workshops per week. So you might do a Saturday morning and a Saturday afternoon. I mean, the more W's that you have, the more income that you can earn. But if you have 2 W's a week, that could be an extra $450 a week for you. Just from 2 W's in your calendar. It's pretty exciting. So I'd love to go around, just love to know how many W's you have in your calendar each week. Tammy, how many W's do you think you would have? 4 W's. That could be $900 a week as a base income. That's pretty fabulous. Girls, how many W's? Elizabeth, do you have any W's?
2.
2. 2's fabulous. It could be $450 a week for you. Exciting. How many W's?
I have 15.
15 W's. Watch out, world. That's exciting. Super exciting. And the flexibility of that is so beautiful as well. So yeah, definitely have a chat. Who's your upline executive sales manager? No. Okay, awesome. That will work out how to structure your W's with you. Liz, how many W's? Approximately. 10 W's. Fabulous. Nat.
I've got 5.
5. Amazing. Hillary.
4.
4. Beautiful.
I've got 7.
7. Amazing. How many W's? Antonella?
I put 10.
10? 10 W's is a great start. No. Antonella's just got all the W's for you. How many W's do you have?
7.
7. Amazing, Sonia. 7. Beautiful. How cool is it to be able to map out your week like that and see where you're free to be able to do workshops? Now, the beauty of running your own business is you can change the W's at any time that you want to. You can move them around. You can drag them all into 1 week if you want 3 weeks off. A lot of what I did last year was I would put all my W's into 3 weeks of the month, and then I'd have a week off. I did that for many months last year because that's what worked for me. So it's great to be able to have the flexibility around that. Now, the next thing that we're going to go through, once we've got our W sorted, then we want to have a little look at who are we going to contact, or how could we fill these W spaces? So I'd love you to write a list. This is called a bookings prospect list, but I want you to write on this anyone that you think would have a booking and anyone that you think wouldn't have a booking. So it's basically a list of everyone that you know. So I'd love you to write just down the left-hand side, just fill that list. You can use your phone, you can use your Facebook. They can be guys, they can be girls, they can be young, they can be old. There's Doesn't matter at all. Yeah, I'm just continuing on, Mum. Could I have a water, please? Thank you. So I'd love you to write a list. So it might be immediate family first. Might be your mum, dad, sister, brother, daughter, son, niece, nephew. Then it could be cousins, aunties, uncles, work colleagues, sporting colleagues, neighbours, community from church, from Pilates, from yoga, from mum's groups, school friends, uni friends, brothers' friends, sisters' friends.
These can be people that you just send a brochure to or a link as well, Adam.
Yep.
Or a PDF of the brochure. Just to get them off the rubbish they're using and onto the
So there's 23 lines on here. So I can guarantee we all know or have met 23 people in our lives. I might put some thinking music on, and if you're at home, I can see if you're writing or not as well. Sue Roach and Marilyn. So 23 names. It's always the best thing to do at the start of each year. Even if you already have a prospect list, just write a new one. I always have a rolling prospect list. I actually keep mine in my phone. So every time I think of someone, or if I have a workshop and I didn't rebook them, or there was someone at a workshop that said, I'll think about it maybe next year, they all go on my little list. I've got royalty-free music.
I'm scared to say just how I feel. Gotta tell them that noise, so I can make the right choice. I need to know if you listen. I just have to go.
It's royalty-free music, so I'm not sure what it's going to sound like. Something I'll quite often do as well is if I'm working with a new consultant with this, I'll go through their Facebook with them and write this list. Ultimately, love to have a list of 100, but 23 is a great start for today. So you can continue this list in your own time.
Oh yeah, no. I got distracted by supply manager asking something.
Fair enough.
Conference.
Okay, so if you haven't finished, you might like to finish this to the lunch break, or just have this list with you. And anytime you think of someone, you can just pop it on the list. That's personally why I like to keep mine in my phone, in my notes, because then I'm always remembering people when I'm out and about as well. So I'd love you to look at the list, and I'd love you to put a W next to anyone that you think would have a workshop for you, either because they love you or we have to bribe them with freebies. Okay. So just put a W next to anyone that you think would have a workshop for you. You might not know, it might be a maybe, still put a W. And this becomes a bit of an action list, and we've got a challenge which we'll leave you with today as well, which will be super exciting. So go through and put a W, and I'm going to come around and just give you a little challenge on some of these W's potentially as well. So would Violet have a workshop for you?
Definitely.
Fabulous. Let's put a W next to her. Would Emma have a workshop for you?
It's a maybe.
Maybe. Tell me about why.
She's a tough work consultant,
Awesome.
so just trying to get her to lock in a date.
Okay, beautiful. let's have a little look at that wording, lock in a date. I want you to change it to reserve a date, just in here as well. So write a big word reserve here, just to remember. Okay, let's pop a W next to her. Okay, let's have a little look. Would Helen have a workshop for you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Tell me more. Don't know? Well, then definitely a W. If we haven't got a good reason as to why they wouldn't, I'm going to challenge you on that one. So I'm coming in. I'll be back. Okay, awesome. Liz, would Liz have a workshop for you?
I don't know.
Awesome. Then she can have a W.
Okay.
What about Rach?
No, I
How
don't.
come?
Because she's made it clear
Yeah.
that she wouldn't.
Would she let you practice a facial on her?
Maybe.
Okay, let's put it F for facial.
Okay.
Fabulous. What about Barbara?
It's in the wrong time. No, she not.
Okay, fabulous. Isn't it interesting when we have someone challenge us on the W's, what can happen? Okay, Cheryl.
She used to be a consultant years
Fabulous.
ago, but she just orders from me.
Awesome. I think that she would have a workshop. She knows the products, yeah, she loves it. Beautiful. Let's pop a W next to her. Awesome. Is there anyone here that I
There's a few that are facials.
Okay.
Just walking up
Yeah,
to convert to a facial.
amazing. Oh, we've only got one. Tell us about Sandra.
Sandra was the shop.
Yes.
When she first joined, she was really keen. She looks after one of you aged ed.
Oh, nice.
So we're all went to know she's just lost her account. And I don't know. She doesn't. She's so
Actually,
Give it a go. Put a W next to it. Love it. Amazing. So continue to build on this list. We're going to stop our Zoom here for our lunch break, but we will be back in half an hour's time. So thank you everyone for joining us online, and we'll see you in half an hour. Bye for now.